Yeah. Back at it. I'm back at it. Jump fresh, shop in that brand new Lex. I always think about money you want. Hey yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Magic Dontwan back at it again with another video for y'all. Hey look, before we get deep down into it, hit that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so I can let you know everything popping up here at Stevens Transport whenever you need to know it. How? Getting down into it. Trainees getting kicked off the truck. Why do students get kicked off the truck? Because trainers don't go through a vetting process. You have to sit down and talk to a person at least 30 to 45 minutes in this game of training. You know what I'm saying? Understand where they mind at, understand the game plan, understand what they got going on, why they got into trucking and all of this other stuff. A lot of times trainers get students because they need the money. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hey, that's a money managing problem. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we make enough money, you know what I'm saying, to manage the money, but we just don't make enough money as truck drivers. So I understand what, you know, be going on. At the end of the day, if you don't go through a vetting process with your student, if you don't break down the ground rules of what's going on and how you operate your business, how you operate your truck, then rules will be broken. And the reason those rules get broken is because you never laid those rules out in the first place. And then a lot of people think a 5-minute conversation, they sound cool, everybody talking gravy and all of that, and then boom, it's all bad. In 2-3 days, you're like, man, I could have waited and get a different student. Well, me personally, I've never had a problem with a student to a point where you have to get off my truck. I've never had to kick anybody off of my truck. Why is that? Because I went through a vetting process. We sat down at a table. Even if we sat down on the phone and talked, we talked for a few minutes. Hey, why are you into this trucking? Why did you get into truck driving? You know what I'm saying? It has to be a bigger motive besides getting to the money, because everybody know you're gonna make money trucking, but what's your purpose of trucking? You know what I'm saying? What's your game plan? Do you plan on getting a business? Do you plan on having a fleet of trucks? Are you just doing this to get to the bag for right now? Is it just a job, or what is it? You know what I'm saying? Once you get the gist of why somebody is into trucking and you bringing them onto your truck, normally you can figure out, yo, if I'm gonna have a problem with this person or not. You know what I'm saying? Then you also need to get somebody in your demographic as well. And what I mean by that is, it don't have nothing to do with race, because hey, I'm black. My trainer was white, okay, and he taught me everything he knew. He wasn't the way I train is the way he taught me, and I do well as a driver at Stevens. You know what I'm saying? I do well as a driver. I do well as a trainer here. All of my students that got off my truck do well as drivers. A couple of them train. So with that being said, if you had to put somebody off your truck, it was your fault because you didn't go through a vetting process. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you're doing something for this person to act some kind of way, or do something they didn't have no business. You just didn't go through the proper vetting process to find out who you were bringing into your truck. You were just chasing the money, and that's how it always happens. You know what I'm saying? I've never had to put a student off my truck. I never will put a student off my truck, because I already know what this person is about before they got on my truck. You know what I'm saying? I went through a vetting process. I talked to this person for a minute. I had a couple conversations with this person. I understand why they getting into trucking. What are they doing? If you have any problems going on at home, are you going to hinder me from getting to the bag? You know what I'm saying? Because if you have to get off my truck in the middle of us taking loads, then you know what I'm saying? Hey, you messing with my bag. So I always come to my students like, you know, whoever comes to my truck, yo, what you got going on at home? Is it going to stop you from finishing this training? Because I'm going to knock your training out as quick as possible. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? My last trainee, I think he did it in a month. Like, and it could have been quicker than in a month, because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had to make a couple stops. We had to sit a couple times. You know, he could have been done way quicker than a month. Like, his first week, he was already a level 3. Like, well, his first 2 weeks, he was a level 3. You know what I'm saying? He had enough hours to become a level 3 in his first 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You got 6 levels you got to go through. His first 2 weeks, he had enough hours to be a level 3. You know what I'm saying? That's because he had a whole plan when he came out here. He wanted to get this done. He was following all the rules. He was going through everything he had to go through to get it done. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we went through a vetting process. I did not just allow somebody to get on my truck. Even if you fly somebody out, you could have a phone conversation with this person. If this person don't want to sit down and give you details on who they are over the phone, then I don't need to get you on my truck, because I mean, I need to know who you are before I have them fly you out here. Even if I come to the yard, we gonna sit down under the little carport thing they got, little porch thing over there at the training, not the training, but the driver lounge, and we gonna have us a conversation. I need to know who I'm bringing on to my truck. You know what I'm saying? So anytime a student had to get put off a truck, it was because of the training. It was definitely because of the training. And what it was with the training, they didn't go through a vetting process. They didn't know who they were bringing on to their truck. Not saying they're a bad trainer, not saying they're bad drivers. You just didn't know who you were bringing onto your truck. You weren't going, the trainer wasn't going to allow bullshit to go on their truck. Excuse my French. They weren't going to allow BS to go on their truck. They didn't know you were coming with that. You know what I'm saying? But once you get a feel of a person and you understand, like, okay, I know why you're getting on this truck. I understand your purpose for getting into trucking. You got a whole plan. You're not going to mess with my bag. So, okay, you can get on my truck. And it's just that simple. So anytime a student got put off the truck, it was the trainer's fault. And that's just my thought on it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my feel on it, because I never had to put nobody off my truck. And like I said, people might say, oh, you lucky you ain't never had nobody you got into it with. No, it wasn't luck. It wasn't by luck. I went through a vetting process. So with that being said, I feel it's normally the trainer's fault why students get put off the truck, because you don't go through a vetting process. If anybody want to prove me wrong, put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm open. You know, look, yo, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I never not say, yo, you okay, you got a point. If you can prove me wrong by that, do it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, one more time, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I'll let you know everything that's popping. You feel me? I'm out.